So the Lego house is the home of the brick, a space where you can explore all the different aspects of Lego. It's almost like an experimentarium for the culture of the brick. If you're an architect and you're invited to create the home of Lego, and Lego is all about, building, we kind of made the dogma that we wouldn't design anything that wouldn't be immediately buildable in Lego. One aspect of Lego is to almost boil things down into the essentials with how few bricks can you actually make something recognizable. Also, we knew where it was going to be placed here in the heart of Billund, the hometown of Lego. Like symbolically almost replace the former city hall, the town that is very much about Lego. Instead of a city hall, you would have the Lego house. The idea was that maybe for the Lego house, just like the architecture of the Lego house is faithful to the proportions of Lego. Every artifact, every piece of furniture, so everything you touch in the Lego house is actually made out of Lego. With Lego, you can also do this sort of pixelation or voxelation, it's actually called when it's volumetric. So where you create organic shapes with many little bricks. And that's what happens with the pixel melt on the outside, where it almost becomes organic forms. So everything is like essentially 90 degrees only. And then the entire building is clad in ceramic tiles. Really big, beautiful ceramic tiles. They're basically based on the proportions of 2x4s. The side elevation is 18 centimeters high. But the funny thing is, so 18 centimeters is like a classic measurement in architecture because it is the comfortable height of a step. When you scale the 2x4 up to 18 centimeters of height, it becomes exactly 60 centimeters long. It's almost the same as 2 feet. So all carpenters, all masons, they work with these, like everything comes in 60 measurements. It almost feels that, just like you say that in nature, everything is, with the golden ratio or the Fibonacci spirals. You can say in the building industry, everything somehow seems to be saturated with the measurements of Lego. The Da Vinci Code of architecture is somehow rooted in the proportions of Lego bricks. Right when we had been selected to be the architects for the Lego house, they introduced us to a handful of master Lego builders from all over the world that were invited to come to Billund, and we presented our ideas. They actually genuinely loved everything we showed them, but they had 2 suggestions. So one of them was they said that if we could make sure that the Keystone Gallery would be rectangular with 2x4 studs, like the sort of iconic Lego brick, the 2x4. And of course, we came up with the idea that those studs should actually be the skylights. So you have like 8 circular skylights. That means that when you land in Billund Airport, you look out and you definitely recognize a gigantic Lego brick right there. And the other thing they suggested was that deep down underneath the Lego square, in a treasury, so it could survive a nuclear holocaust, we could create the Lego Vault. The Lego Vault is actually an existing myth, or it's not really a myth, it's a real place in Lego where they save the first of every Lego set that has ever been made. So it's really like the mecca for Lego fans. So there is a stair, has a giant skylight at the top, and then as you descend, it becomes more and more colorful. So it starts with the white bricks of the Lego house, then becomes more and more colorful, and finally becomes really dark. You can sort of see the entire history of Lego, the company, the evolution of the Lego brick, the introduction of the minifigures, and then you see some of the most treasured Lego sets. One of them is my first Lego set, which was the Yellow Castle from 1979. And of course, I'm pretty proud to see that there is also a set of the Lego house. So I think that's the highest honor any architect can achieve, is to be included and sort of immortalized in Lego.